Some people who were born in Chicago have a chip on their shoulder when it comes to the suburbs. They get furious when someone from Arlington Heights, Schaumburg, or, heaven forbid, Naperville says that they're from Chicago. They think that in order to say you're from Chicago, you have to live in the city.
Makes sense.
And plan on dying in the city. Which, by the way, is getting more and more easy since Brandon Johnson became mayor. Some are so strict that they say that transplants like me aren't from Chicago because we weren't born here.
You're not from Chicago unless you were born here.
That would mean that the legendary blues pioneer Muddy Waters isn't from Chicago because he moved here from Mississippi in 1943. Baptiste Point du Sable, Chicago's first permanent settler, wouldn't be from Chicago either because he came from Haiti. And Marshall Field, who moved here from Massachusetts in 1856, wouldn't be from Chicago, even though he brought us Frango Mints.
How dare you!
Marshall Field moved to Chicago in 1856 when he was 19 years old. He started working as a clerk in a dry goods store. He turned out to be quite the silver-tongued salesman and caught the boss's attention. In 1865, he joined forces with Potter Palmer, who the Palmer House is named after, and a guy named Levi Leiter to form a larger dry goods store called, you guessed it, Field, Palmer, and Leiter. The Great Chicago Fire of 1871 destroyed much of the store and the city. Field and Leiter rebuilt before the ground even cooled. In 1881, Field bought out Leiter and renamed it Marshall Field and Company. Under his leadership, it became a retail revolution. Field's big innovations changed shopping forever. He fixed prices, no more haggling. He offered unconditional returns and give the lady what she wants customer service. He added in-store restaurants, lounges, and services that made it a destination, especially for women. The current Grand Building, designed by Daniel Burnham, was completed in stages from 1902 to 1914, with the famous Tiffany mosaic ceiling added in 1907. The iconic Great Clocks were installed from 1897 to 1907 and became the ultimate Chicago meeting spot. Meet me under the clock! Marshall Field's holiday window displays began in 1897 with elaborate toy showcases and evolved into unified animated storytelling in the 1940s and became a beloved Chicago Christmas tradition, drawing huge crowds for decades. Field's wholesale business made him one of the richest men in Chicago. He died in 1906, but the store thrived for a century as a Chicago institution. A year after his death, the Walnut Room opened. It's an elegant restaurant on the 7th floor, and its legendary Mrs. Herring's chicken pot pie dates back to 1890 when store employee Sarah Herring first sold them to shoppers, still being sold today. Frango Mints were first introduced and produced by Marshall Fields in 1929. They quickly became an iconic Chicago treat. Marshall Field stayed independent until it was acquired by Target in 1990. And finally converted to Macy's in 2006, a change that still stings for many locals, because Macy's is from New York, and you're not from Chicago unless you were born here. Before you go, yes, I wrote a book, A Century of Hilarity, the funniest guide to Chicago ever made. Deep dish debates, hidden gems, CTA chaos, and why this city is beautifully unhinged. Link is in the description. Go get it, you magnificent bastards.